These are fans of Chelsea Football Club protesting against the club's decision to participate in the European Super League. The announcement of the European Super League received almost universal opposition from fans, players, and the national governments alike, as it was an attempt by the 12 European clubs involved to try and create a close competition which would fill their pockets at the expense of tradition, fairness, and sporting integrity. This controversial decision has raised a lot of questions about the health of European football at the very top level. And the one question that got stuck in my mind was what was there before the Champions League, before the European Cup? This question got me wondering about the foundation of the pan-European football competitions and just how did we get to where we are today. On 27th of April 1895, Sunderland beat Hearts 5-3 at Tynecastle Park in a match nicknamed the 1895 World Championship. This game was the first time champions of two European leagues had ever met. But it would take another 2 years for the first true pan-European tournament to be created, the Challenge Cup. The competition was open to all football clubs in the Austro-Hungarian Empire, but virtually all the entrants came from the three major cities of Vienna, Budapest and Prague. While the Challenge Cup ceased to exist in 1911, it is considered the forerunner to the first true pan-European footballing tournament. Following World War I and the dissolution of Austro-Hungarian Empire, pan-European football was put to the side as Europe was rebuilt. But in the background, the idea of a pan-European Cup competition began taking place. At the forefront of this new idea were the Central European countries whose clubs at this period of time were leading the way with regards to continental football. During the 1920s, countries such as Austria, Hungary and Czechoslovakia all introduced professional football leagues, and in doing so, they were the first one to do so. The clubs looked to the Mitropa Cup as a means of cementing their footballing dominance while also providing financial support to the clubs. The introduction of the Mitropa Cup was decided at a meeting in Venice on 17 July 1927. It was led by Hugo Missel, the head of the Austrian Football Association. Initially, the tournament featured two teams each from Austria, Hungary, Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia competing in a knockout competition. Seeing early success, the competition further developed with Italian teams replacing the Yugoslav sides in 1929, and in 1934 the competition was expanded to 4 teams from each country. The level of competition in the Mitropa Cup could be displayed by the Italy's 2 World Cup titles in 1934 and 1938. Czechoslovakia and Hungary reached the final in 1934 and 1938 respectively. Yugoslavia and Austria reached the semi-finals in 1930 and 1934 respectively. From 1939 to 1945, Europe was once again thrown into disarray with the outbreak of World War II. But in 1948, Gabriel Hanot, the editor of L'Equipe, proposed the idea of a continent-wide competition. The Mitropa Cup was revived in 1951 and continued under different names with some gaps until 1992. But by that point, it was very much reduced in status and in shadow of the 3 main European competitions when the Cup Winners' Cup was being played. Yet without the Mitropa Cup, who knows how European club football and indeed the sport as a whole might have developed. The Mitropa Cup showed it was possible for a competition to transcend national boundaries and bring countries together, even the ones that were enemies. An international club competition, 30 years before the European Cup, was a perfect example of forward thinking and a willingness to accept new ideas. At the moment, the talks of the Super League has died down and the preparations for changes in the current Champions League format has begun. It will be interesting to see how the beautiful game of football will evolve in the coming years with the fans at the forefront of any change.